What's happening, everybody? Appreciate you checking in. All right, let's talk some updates. Day 2 free agency. A lot of changes to our running back room. So we're going to break that down. But at the same time, we're also going to talk about former starter from last season now being shipped off to a division rival. So we'll break everything down and I'll give you my take on it, but I also want to kind of get your feedback back on it as well. And so first and foremost, let's talk about the first one. Alexander Mattison, he is now being shipped off to the Miami Dolphins, right? He was our part-time starter last year. Obviously, Zamir White didn't work out. And look, this isn't surprising, right? Our entire running back room struggled outside of Amir Abdullah. Now, Amir Abdullah, to my knowledge, hasn't signed anywhere. He's obviously an older veteran. We could use a running back to kind of be that veteran presence in the running back room. And so he is a guy that I'm kind of pay attention to. I want to know whether or not he does go somewhere, or do the Raiders decide to bring him back? Because we also have Dylan Labe that's sitting in that running back room that remains to be seen what he has. Didn't get a lot of work last season, and when he didn't really do much. Obviously, I believe the first time he touched the football, he fumbled that rock, and so not a good showing for him. But then we also have Sincere McCormick. I know that he's been a fan favorite for a lot of people, and he did show some signs of having some progress, but then again, what happened? The injury bug got him. And so I can't rely on him. I think his time has kind of come and gone. I think we need to start fresh. At the end of the day, Alexander Mattison walks, but we did bring on somebody else, which looks like it's almost a locker room swap at this point, but we did bring on somebody else. But let me know in the comment section, do you care whether or not Alexander Mattison was not re-signed by our Las Vegas Raiders? Let me know in the comment section down below. And again, my opinion, not surprising. We need a whole revamp with this running back room. So next, let's take a look at the running back that was just announced to be signed with our Las Vegas Raiders, and that's Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert is the new running back that's going to be included to this running back room. And so before I get started, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this signing? I'm going to give you my opinion. We're going to go through kind of his stats and kind of where he's been throughout his career. And again, I'm going to give you my thoughts and my final grade on it. But again, let me know in the comment section down below, what's your grade on this? 1 to 10. 1, absolutely the worst signing we could have ever done. 10, the absolute best. Let me know what your grade is. Rate it 1 to 10, and I'll give you my grade in just a second. But we're going to definitely take a look at just kind of his path through the NFL. Obviously, he's a veteran. He's going to be a decent veteran presence in this running back room. I just got done talking about Amir Abdullah and the importance of having just a veteran to be able to kind of help teach some of these younger running backs. The hope is that we still potentially target 2 running backs in the upcoming NFL draft. And so, again, veteran presence. Let's take a look at some of his stats. And before we get into his stats, if you can, hit that like button, subscribe, turn those notifications. My next giveaway is at 4,500 subscribers. I'm almost there. So if you want to be included, hit that subscribe button, but also hit that bell, turn those notifications, because I do go live on Tuesday nights and Sunday nights. Again, just to kind of recap all the events of the week, but also it's my chance to kind of chop it up with you guys. So make sure you hit that bell and turn on those notifications so you do know when I go live and when I drop more content. So let's take a look at his stats, right? He's 5'10", basically just over 200 pounds. He's been in the league for 10 seasons. Last year for the 2024 season, he had 85 carries, 278 yards, and 2 touchdowns with a 3.3 yards per carry average. And so let's take a look at it, right? Starting in 2015, he was with Miami, Baltimore, and Cleveland through the 2015 season. He then was with Chicago in 2016. Then it looks like he was traded to San Francisco in 2016. He was with San Francisco all the way through the 2021 season. And I think that's where he really made his mark. Obviously, you can see it with the stats, but he really made his mark with the San Francisco 49ers. When he got his opportunities to play, he definitely took advantage of those opportunities. And you can just tell back in the day now, he's been in the league for 10 years, but that was the time that he was able to kind of showcase what he really could do. But he's just been riddled with injuries year after year after year, which has really plagued his just ability to kind of find consistency, right? And so from San Francisco, he moved over to Miami, where in 2022 had 181 carries for 891 yards, a 4.9 yard average, played a total of 16 games. And in 2023 had hands down his best season. 15 games, 209 carries, over 1,000 yards, a 4.8 yards per carry average, and 18 touchdowns. His longest run was 49 yards. And so obviously he regressed last season, but it kind of goes back to he deals with a lot of injuries. He's not going to be as fast as he used to be. He's not going to have that explosiveness that you saw maybe in San Francisco and even that one year in 2023 with Miami. And so remains to be seen what type of running back we're going to get. But I definitely want to talk about his contract, because I think that's kind of the difference in how you want to look at this situation. And so let me kind of go back to the big screen. And so again, let's take a look at the contract. It's a 1-year, $2 million contract. All right. I don't know what the guaranteed money looks like. I got to believe it's the whole thing is guaranteed, but 1 year, $2 million. That just means that you could walk away. He could be a training camp body. He can compete in this running back room. And if it doesn't work out, you walk away from him, right? We had a very healthy salary cap number this year. And so you're bringing in a veteran that potentially can get you maybe those 8 to 10 carries a game. If he does have a little bit more of that spark in him, just a little bit, because again, back in the day with the 49ers and what he showed in Miami, he still potentially could have a little bit of burst left in him. But he's been in the league for 10 years. You know, the average lifespan of a running back nowadays is 3 to 4 seasons. So he's well past that average running back lifespan. And so you're basically going to bring him in, take a shot, see if he can compete in this running back room, maybe can give you a little bit of change of pace depending on what type of running backs you bring in, whether it be through free agency. There's not a whole lot of names left, but depending on who you bring in the upcoming draft, maybe he can be a change of pace back if you don't hit on some of these guys potentially that you're targeting in the draft. And so I've got one last question before I ask you to rank this signing once again is, who do you want in the draft? What running backs are you targeting in the draft? You know, I love guys like Khalil Mullins as well as Bashal Tutin. Those are the two guys that I really like in this draft, but it's a very deep draft class. But I know a lot of people have their eye on Genty. Are you one that wants Genty at the number 6 pick? Let me know in the comment section down below. But with everything going on, right, knowing that he's a veteran guy, he's going to come in, he's going to compete, but he's at a very, very reasonable price. Yes, 10 years in the league. He's without question, probably his last stint and last opportunity, unless he just has an unbelievable spark that nobody imagined. But he can be a little bit of change of pace game, maybe give you those 8 carries a game to kind of make that defense think a little bit and adjust and maybe change up their packages. And so let me know in the comment section down below, what is your rating 1 to 10? 1, the worst signing you can imagine, 10, the very best. I'm going to give this, because of the contract, I'm going to give it a 6. It's a veteran presence, can be a change of pace if you can get a little more out of him. And he's definitely going to be competition for any young rookies that you bring into this locker room after this upcoming draft. And so rank this signing in the comment section down below. Now let's jump over and talk about the former starter of the 2024 season that's now being shipped off to a division rival. As you can see on the screen, we now know Gardner Minshew is now being shipped off to the Kansas City Chiefs. And we knew that he was going to be dealt away. The Raiders already announced that he was going to be released, and it remains to be seen where he was going to go. He was going to get picked up. He, without question, could still be a viable backup. You know, there's definitely a quarterback needy teams out there in the league. Obviously, it didn't work out for us, but it's very strange and very interesting that he goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. My biggest thing is they had Carson Wentz as their backup last year. He's going to move on. He's an unrestricted free agent this year. And again, like I just said, a lot of quarterback needy teams. And so someone's going to pick him up. KC does need a backup. And here's my thing. By them picking up Gardner Minshew and Patrick Graham being retained as our defensive coordinator, this to me just smells like an intel type of signing, right? Andy Reid is going to play his game, and his game is how much information can I get on my opponent? And we know the way that we've been able to beat and compete with the Chiefs in the past was by having a dominant defense. And if Andy Reid can get more and more intel on our defense, this is the best way to do it, in my opinion. And so can't necessarily hate it. We're going to move on from him anyways. You got to respect it. But, you know, as the saying goes, don't hate the player, hate the game. And Andy Reid is definitely playing the game. And I think this is clearly him trying to just get some intel, more information, as much information as possible on our defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham. So let me go back to the big screen. I appreciate you. Just kind of want to touch on the signing of Raheem Mostert earlier today, as well as the movement of Gardner Minshew. And I just want to kind of get your feedback on who you're looking out for in this upcoming draft when it comes to the running backs and what your thoughts are on this signing. So I appreciate you again. If you can, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. My next giveaway, 4,500 subscribers. I'm almost there. Hit that subscribe button if you want to be included, but also hit that bell and turn on those notifications so you do know when I drop more content and when I go live on Tuesdays and Sundays. So make sure you check in with us. Again, just my way of being able to chop it up with you guys, elaborate more, and have a little bit of fun. So appreciate you. My next video, I'm going to drop on some of the free agents that I still want the Raiders to take a good look at, but it just dropped like 10 minutes ago about a free agent that I wanted to bring back, but he's moved on to another team, and I'll hit you on that topic on the next video. So again, appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.